Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. It's possible that Bitcoin would do something like this. Everyone who is worth 1,000,000 Bitcoin knows this one trick. I do believe that we will be able to hit the all-time highs again sometime this summer. Blockchain is going up in value right now. That shouldn't change, in my opinion. Bitcoin goes up and down. On Twitter, crypto users want the developers to step in. Bernstein, a global asset management company, wants the price of Bitcoin to reach $200,000 by 2025 and $1 million by 2033. The goals for these prices have gone up. They wanted Bitcoin to be worth $150,000 by 2025, but now it's worth $200,000. Now it's going to be $500,000 by the end of 2029 and $1 million by 2033. Also, this is Bernstein's business. Their job is to help their clients make smart decisions with their money. People with very large amounts of money and investors come to Bernstein. They ask, where should I put my money? They listen to Bernstein. Now they're telling their clients that Bitcoin could reach $1 million by 2033 and a cycle high of $200,000 by 2025. Of course, their report has a whole theory. This guess is based on the expected rise in demand for Bitcoin, especially from spot Bitcoin ETFs run by big names in the business like BlackRock and Fidelity. Bitcoin is going up and down. That being said, people who know what's really going on know that prices will likely go up a lot in the future. Zach Pandel, managing director at Grayscale, talks about why Bitcoin prices are going to go up a lot this year and next. Pay attention. These are the three main themes. The first is that the Federal Reserve wants to lower interest rates because inflation is going down. Second, there is steady demand for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Third, there are more positive political trends for the asset class, which could lead to more government approvals this year. The asset class is moving forward because of all three of those things. I don't think those trends will change much today. I do believe that we will be able to hit the all-time highs again sometime this summer. Some of the details will determine how fast we get there. But crypto is on the rise right now. For now, I don't see any reason why that should change. It is also possible to try and take out the all-time highs pretty soon. In fact, the data really does show that Bitcoin is in heavy gathering mode. There is a negative view because whales bought 1.3 billion Bitcoin. Take a close look at this chart. This graph displays the amount of Bitcoin coming into accumulation addresses, which are addresses that have not sold a lot of Bitcoin in the past. The graph only shows Bitcoin coming in and not going out. You can see that the heavy buying really began around 2021 and has gotten a lot worse in the last few months. This is a very big measure. This time is different. At the State of Crypto Summit, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that this year is different from every other year in crypto that they have seen. Coinbase has put on 2 State of Crypto Summits, and this is the second one. And this place has a good vibe. We polled leaders from the Fortune 500 companies and found that 56% of them are now doing something on chain. So the biggest companies in the world are doing things on chain with Onyx, like BlackRock tokenizing real-world assets. Google Cloud now takes crypto payments. You may know that stable coins are used by banking companies like Stripe and PayPal. Coins are going to stay around, I think. All of the world's biggest companies are putting it together. So what's changed this time? Since Wall Street is here, there's no doubt about it. It's Wall Street time. Crypto is now widely used. More and more of them are getting in, and it's only just begun. This is exactly what Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan says. I believe they are becoming more involved. Now is the time when crypto becomes popular with everyone. That's clear from the fact that spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved. That's clear when companies like BlackRock enter the market. Some people like the fact that Wisconsin is giving $100 million to Bitcoin ETFs. It's getting warmer. They're not quite there yet. They're still doing what they need to do. As they finish that, I think the flow of ETFs will speed up in the second half of the year. But the crowd here shows that the room is full. Stands of people are in the back. Wall Street is very interested then. That's why I wouldn't be shocked if Bitcoin did that. This is what we saw last summer's stabilization and breakout look like this summer. Not saying it will happen again exactly the same way, but it's a good lesson of what's possible and how patient you might need to be. If you can't handle Bitcoin like this, you don't deserve it. We are at a launchpad turning point either way. Bitcoin has really gone up every other time it broke above all-time highs like this. It really came together. This is what we're looking forward to now. The second test is happening now. Come on over to the rally. Of course, it's no longer just Bitcoin now. It's also pretty cool that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins are all going through big price increases right now. To give you an idea, let's look at Ethereum. A few days ago, Gary Gensler said something. He said he thinks the Ethereum ETFs will be fully accepted and ready to go sometime in the summer. He did say by September, but it was probably before that. Today, new information right there. Now, traders think that Ethereum ETFs will begin trading on July 2nd. This is what the experts at Bloomberg said, and this is what Eric Balchunas said. After hearing that the staff sent issuers' opinions on S1s today, we are moving up our over-under date for the launch of the spot Ether ETF to July 2nd. They aren't very heavy, nothing important. Please send them back in a week. There's a good chance that they will work to make them permanent next week and get it done before the holiday weekend. We don't know for sure, but this is our best guess right now. Interesting. The CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has a lot to say about Ethereum and Ethereum ETFs this cycle. Let's hear it. I meant to ask you about Base and how Ethereum can be scaled. Also, let's hear your thoughts on Ethereum ETFs. What kind of demand are you hearing, and when will those become official? Okay, so Base is like Ethereum Layer 2, which is what you said. It helps the blockchain grow. When the first blockchains came out, they were a big step forward in computer science, but they were slow and cost a lot. That's different now that Layer 2 is there. Now there's a real growth story, kind of like when you switch from dial-up to broadband. That being said, Ethereum becoming an ETF is now another big step. We've started to see really huge flows come in. The most amazing thing is that Cathie Wood said this earlier on stage. The main sources that could be there in the future haven't even turned on yet, even though there have been a lot of flows today. You should know that Morgan Stanley and UBS haven't yet added those crypto ETFs. In that way, I think the future looks good. And, Bitcoin miners are only releasing a small amount of stock. That is, the demand is higher than the supply. Not to mention that the goods being made with Ethereum and all cryptocurrencies these days are really on the next level. That is, you can now stake your Ethereum directly in MetaMask even if you don't have 32 ETH. You can stake any amount of ETH. This chart really opens your eyes about Ethereum. That's why it's non-zero wallet addresses and the Ethereum price chart put together. Now, it goes without saying that wallet numbers that are not zero will always go up, right? Unless there are really big issues. If you wait long enough, this should pretty much always be going up and to the right. But sometimes it goes much higher and farther to the right. It's sometimes, less. This measure makes Ethereum look really good right now. In the first 2 rounds, the price of ETH has smashed through the trend line in wallets that don't have zero coins. You can see that the price of ETH goes up from here. This is the trend now. The trend line in wallets shows that 6K will be the fair value of Ethereum in 1 year. If the price goes up by 2 times, which it does a lot of the time, ETH will be worth about 12K at the peak of this cycle. Of course, as Bitcoin and Ethereum do well as Solana, Chainlink, and many other projects, money will flow downward, right? That wealth effect is going to happen. After Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, this always takes place. People think, oh, I can only get a 2 or 3x in Bitcoin or a 3 or 4x in Ethereum. I need to take a look at some of these bigger or smaller caps. This is a trick that all crypto millionaires know. We'll be giving a talk at Bitcoin Bubble this July.